Cohn High School, how we love thee, alma mater hail. Green and white waves high above us through the common gale.
Cohn High School, the first African American high school in West Baton Rouge Parish, opened on August 31st, 1949. The school enrolled 123 students, and all classes and school functions took place in a converted military structure that was obtained from Harding Field.
The year that Cohn High School was built was like a dream coming true for West Baton Rouge boys and girls.
We were a close-knit family, a close-knit community where every parent looked out for every child.
I think it was the major framework of the black community, Cohn School, along with the churches. A lot of activities, of church activities, of family activities were held at Cohn.
Before Cohn High School, there were no high schools for African American students in West Baton Rouge Parish. In fact, only 64% of school-age African American children were attending school in West Baton Rouge, with 11% going outside the parish for their education. 8 years after Cohn opened its doors, however, the number of black students enrolled in the parish jumped to 99%.
When they built Cohn back there, it was like, it was for us. It was something that meant something to us. It was like we had laid every brick and every stone that was put there. It was a sense of pride for us.
Most parents that could get to the school were involved one way or the other. You had very few that I know of, very few that didn't participate.
What I remember mostly about Cohn, that had so many extracurricular activities that you can involve yourself in. They had all kinds of science clubs and math clubs, and they had the band, and of course I thrived in sports. They had football, basketball, and they had baseball and track.
Because of the caring of our faculty and our staff, we were exposed to organizations, statewide, regional, nationally, and we developed long friendships with folk that were not necessarily students at Cohn High School. And a lot of those folk are my friends today. And I've interacted with these people in my profession, so now I can reach back and touch someone that may not necessarily have gone to Cohn, but I met them because I went to Cohn. You
heard the concept it take a village to raise a child? Well, that village helped raise me because I had people in the community who used to come to see their children, and they would give me rides to and from the school. They would help cheer me on if I needed. So I had the community to back me up.
As they say, it takes a village. We always felt like we were within one big village as far as Cohn High School. The Cohn High School family, extremely loving family, just took a super interest in every one of the students.
There were only 6 teachers when I went there, and they taught everything. You know, they had the English teacher who taught all of the language arts. You had the social studies teacher who taught maybe English and language arts. Math teacher taught math and science. But each one played a role in developing who you see now.
I would have to say all the teachers were my favorite, but the one that took so much time with us as far as preparing us to go out into the world and doing things that were not necessarily academic would have been Wilhelmina Williams DeQueer. She was our sponsor for our student council. She did just some fantastic things, and she was innovative and getting a lot of things done. Hey, the first time I went to Astroworld, Miss DeQueer initiated the trip of the student council going to Astroworld, you know, and I could just name things over and over again. State student council meetings, just a multitude of things. That's one lady that I would say has taken time with each and every student that has gone through there to try to make sure that their life over and above the academic life was some type of success.
The administration of the principal and the faculty had a love for the community and for the students. Always saw to it. We had some activity going on at the school at all times, you know. And the community, that was it. The community as well had nowhere else to go.
Despite the 1954 Brown versus the Board of Education decision, West Baton Rouge, like many other school systems throughout the state, made no effort to desegregate until ordered to do so by federal judge E. Gordon West in 1965. Even then, it took a final court decision in 1969 to abolish the dual system and close campuses so that no two school systems in the same district were offering the same levels of instruction. At the end of the 1969 school year, the board closed Cohn High School. Students and faculty were then integrated with those from the formerly all-white schools, Port Allen High and Bruley High.
When integration came along and they were looking for students to go to Port Allen High, I was asked to go, but I did not want to leave my school. I did not want my last year and my memories to be taunted with, people cursing you and spitting on you.
They closed the school down in 69. By that time, I was on staff at Cohn, and there was all kind of stuff going on. I mean, people at the schools where the black kids were sent, they would get out there and boo and just do all kinds of stuff when the kids got off the buses. A lot of unrest. But finally, it quieted down and things started moving along.
Cohn High School opened its doors to mold young black minds and in essence changed the course of countless lives throughout not only West Baton Rouge, but the entire country. Although Cohn students never lost their affection for their school, they could not stop it from being torn down on November 4th, 2014.
Someone called me and said they had started with the demolition of the school. I jumped in my car and I went there and I carried my iPad and I took videos of it and pictures. And I was crying the entire time because that was all my history and memories. But Cohn still lives in my heart.
When you lose something you have fond memories of, it's just like it's part of etched in your memory. I hope they could have saved it into a learning center and made it historical. It would have been used, I tell you, it would have been used.
I'm still hurting. To me, we say it lives on, but the physical thing, the thing that we can see, the abstract is fine, that you can touch, you can go by and say, that's where I went to school. But the only thing I can do now is say, it's torn down, but that's the site of where the school was.
As the first and only high school for African Americans in West Baton Rouge Parish, Cohn High School left a lasting legacy. Many of the school's graduates went on to achieve success locally, as well as throughout the nation and the world.
With the education we got at Cohn, I was able to function at Grambling, at Southern, at LSU. So they gave us a good foundation.
They taught us public service, they taught us giving back, as well as producing and trying to better ourselves in the community. I'm just very proud to say that I am a graduate of Cohn High School. It's, Cohn High proud, as I say. Even though it's not there anymore, it's still in our hearts.
Cohn prepared me for my future. When I finished Cohn, I graduated and went on to college and graduated from college. But back then, everyone wasn't preparing to go to college because they could not afford to go. Cohn was a place for us to learn what we needed to get a job and succeed in society.
I can say that Cohn was loved and appreciated. I don't think anybody could say anything very derogatory about the staff, the teachers, the awesome principal that we had. The economy grew, education was high, and West Baton Rouge Parish could not be what it is today had we not had a Cohn High School.
Cohn High School, how we love thee, alma mater hail. Green and white waves high above us through the calm and gale. Long thy sons will heads with glory, and thy sons will tell all the great and thrilling story